Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will continue with my theme for this winter Christmas, that is dark and light academia. I'm doing book covers today. I'm using just paperbacks and old books and transform them to fit into my decor and my color scheme for this year. You can use them all year round, of course. I have styled them a little bit for Christmas, so stay tuned for this. So I have these books, just ordinary paperbacks that I don't particularly read anymore, but you can still read them after my transformation, that's for sure. Then I'm taking just some cardboard paper and I will cut it slightly bigger than the actual book and a little smaller by the spine. You will see it will look like that, and one for the other side as well. And then when I have both, I will attach them to the book just with some hot glue, like that, and the same on the other side. And for the spine I will take toilet paper rolls, just measure how much I need because they are slightly bent, and that will make a nice curve for the spine. Look at that. Two of the same, and that wasn't quite enough. I had a little space there in the center, so I need to cut a tiny piece as well. Just hot gluing them on one side to start with that middle piece, and the other one, and then I will attach them on the other side. With some imagination, it looks like a hardback already, doesn't it? And I have another one already, and I'm making my third one. Same fashion, just taking some cardboard that I had on hand, some old boxes. Next thing is to create the ridges on the spines that you see on old books. And I will do that just with this yellow rope. Doesn't matter the color, just the size of it. So I'm measuring how large I need them. Cut 2 equal ones, 2 for each book. And once I have them all, I go in with my glue gun and attach them to the spine, just like that. Et voila! Here they are, ready for the next step. I have put clamps on the books, 2 on each, like that, for 2 reasons: to be able to work on both sides so it can stand up like that, and for the cover not to touch the pages. And the glue I'm using for my paper mache is just 1 flour and 3 water. Heat it up, whisking all the time until it thickens. Let it cool down, and there we go. I have a glue. And I have this packing paper that I have made smaller pieces out of, like that. Just tear them apart. I don't want any sharp edges. So I take my glue, just put it on with a paintbrush on one side and make it flow over the edge, and fold it on the other side, and then I put another coat of my glue on top, and I continue to cover the whole book. I will have a little bit of wrinkles here and there, but that's the old charm. It will look even more worn and torn, that old dark academia book. And my cats join me all the time. It will look more seamless when you have papier-mâché on, and it will get that more leathery feel to it as well. As you can see already, it doesn't look like cardboard anymore. I take smaller pieces where I have the ridges to cover it completely. I have not spent any money at all on this project. I already had the books on hand, and then I'm using just packing paper, cardboard, and the glue is just some flour and some water, and I have some paint on hand that I will use later on, so nothing spent here except my time, of course. If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my own, and I even do some pottery and some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family. And you can do the same with a hardback. I have found a much bigger book in my stash, so now I'm covering it up as well with that packing paper and my glue. And right about here I forgot to put on the ridges, so I need to do that as well. So I'm cutting some pieces to size, and here I will have 2 on each end of the spine, like that. And once they are in place, hot glued in place, I will also put some pieces of cardboard on the corners on the front of the book. It will give it a nice old world touch, like that. And then I continue with my papier-mâché here as well. Cover the whole book. When I do my papier-mâché, I put on at least 1 layer to cover the whole book, and then in some places I will put on a second layer where I see fit, where it needs a little bit more, especially on the ridges. It tends to crack a little bit on the spine. So I put an extra layer on there, and they overlap. When I put those small pieces in place, they overlap. On the front I will put on a piece of leftover wallpaper, textured wallpaper. And it has those nice branches on them. I put a little extra glue on that front cover, and then I mark where I need to cut for the corners just with my nail, like that. And it was slightly too big, so I had to get my scissor and just cut off the excess. And I did not put any glue on top of that wallpaper. After about 24 hours, they look like this, all dry, looking beautiful already. Could actually leave them like this, but they look a little bit plain to me, so I will work on them further. I put the clamps on again to be able to work on both sides, and then it's time to paint them. On this cover I have taken my greyish colour and then mixed in a little bit of brown, and it turned out beautiful, a leathery look I think. And I applied 2 coats, a little bit on the inside as well, on the edges. I'm painting this big book with the same brown leathery color, and I applied 2 coats here as well. The second small book will have a burgundy color. I just mixed some black with my red to get it darker and more moody. And here I had to apply 3 coats to get a really good coverage. And the third one of the smaller books get my go-to greyish color. 2 coats here. They are dry and it's time to embellish my books. Now for the greyish one, I have this stencil with roses on, and I'm taking just a sponge and dabbing my paint just on the front and back, not on the spine. And I'm using the same greyish color with a little bit of white in it to get a lighter touch there. Looking good, doesn't it? Beautiful. Now for my burgundy colored book, and I will take some rubber stamps, cover them in my antique gold color, just press them on where as you fit, and I have flower stamps that I'm using. Thought that was a nice touch. And on the back as well. And here I will go in with one slender flower on the spine as well. And then I'm touching up the ridges and the edges, dry brushing with the same gold color. I'm just using acrylic for this, and I have put in a tiny bit of black in my gold acrylic to get a more antique look. I have another stencil for the small brown book, this one here, and I'm taking black and in some places also a bit of that antique gold, dabbing it on both front and back. Now onto the big book. You can see the texture looking good. I take a big paintbrush and dry brushing on some black acrylic. And here I'm going in with that antique gold acrylic and paint all the branches to highlight them. Now I'm dry brushing the whole cover, especially on the edges and on the ridges, with a black acrylic with my big paintbrush. And then I will go in with a smaller paintbrush and put that black around the ridges and where you have wrinkles and folds, and just put on a lot of black and wipe off the excess to get that worn and torn look. I did go in with my antique gold on the ridges on the brown and the greyish book as well. Once they have dried completely, I go in with one coat of my satin finished varnish and set them aside to dry. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing. Maybe share with a friend and hit that like button as well. It will help my channel to grow and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload one video per week. Now I'm making the inside of the covers pretty. I've just taken some scrapbook paper that I like, cut it to size and then take some glue spray and attach it, like you see me do here. Last thing I do is to make some bookmarks, and I do that with the ribbons that I had on hand. This one here with a jute ribbon and the lace ribbon on top, just hot gluing them together like that. And then I will hot glue it on the inside there on the spine. Dab of hot glue, put it in place, just press it with a paintbrush like that and ducktail the end and put it in place. Beautiful. Next one, the big one, gets a larger ribbon, and there I couldn't put it inside the spine like that, so I used the last page to attach it. And this book gets the ribbon with the music notes on. Ducktail the ends here as well. And this last one, the burgundy one, I couldn't choose between the music notes here as well and the green one, so it got both. Et voila! Here is the big book in my bookcase, looking beautiful. It doesn't look that big now, does it? Sitting on top of an even bigger book that I made the same fashion over a year ago. Even more mystical, that one. I will leave a link down in my description if you are interested to look at that video. And on top I just put a sculpture and a Christmas pic like that, and it's all done. And now on to those cute books here. Looking beautiful, I think. Love them together, these two. Looks like someone has read them over and over again. And this is what I have done for Christmas. Look at that, just a lace ribbon to bind them together and the little Christmas pic on top. And the last one, the burgundy one, looking beautiful on my side table in my living space. And they look good on the inside as well, even though you can't see that. Well, if you open it, of course. So tell me what you think of my book covers today. Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. And this is how I have styled it for Christmas. A brass candle holder with a honeycomb candle and some greenery. Let's light the candle. I think it turned out beautiful. If you are inspired and you want more inspiration straight away, just hit that Christmas inspiration playlist icon appearing on the screen right here. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.